Girls do this if they are not interested. Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I am talking about girls who are not interested do this. So basically, one of the biggest indicators that a girl is simply not interested in you is if things are difficult. Like, it's really difficult to get them to respond to you. It's really difficult to meet them out on a date. Perhaps they're really flaky. Perhaps they're always cancelling. Girls that are really interested in you won't do that kind of stuff. When you ask them out on a date, they'll say yes. If a girl likes you, she will meet up with you. It might be the case that sometimes they may have to change the plans and sometimes they may flake on you, but they always offer you an alternative. They always say, sorry, I can't make it today, but I can do this day. Basically, they put in lots of effort if they like you. So therefore, girls who are not interested in you are the ones that don't put in the effort. So what's really important then is to not get hung up on these girls that are not displaying interest. There's no point you living in hope that one day they're going to change, especially if they've done things like put you in friend zone and they're just not putting in the effort and they're not wanting to go out with you. They're always flaking on you. They're making it extremely difficult to make a relationship happen between you two, having any kind of romantic connection between you two. So it's best then to just leave those girls alone. And sometimes it can suck because I've definitely had experiences when I've had girls in my life that I really, really liked. I really wanted to date them or wanted to one day turn that friendship into a relationship, into something romantic, and it didn't work out. It happened to me loads and loads of times, and because of that, that's one of the reasons why I became so interested in dating, in relationships, in personal development, because I basically went through so much pain in my dating life that I just had to learn what actually worked, because I realized, look, I keep on doing these things, I keep on trying my best in these certain ways, and it just wasn't working. So what I did is, I searched online for other dating coaches. I searched online for dating advice, for relationship advice, and I started to apply the things that I learned from other coaches, from other articles that I'd read. Started applying those things, started to figure out what worked, because there were some things that I learned from some dating coaches that wasn't completely accurate with my own experience. Now, some of those things may work for you, some of them may not, but basically I started to learn through trial and error what worked for me, what didn't work for me, what I needed to do, what I needed to discard, and therefore then I started to become a lot better, and I became so good at it, and I felt like I knew enough to be able to help other people with the same issues that I may have been experiencing. And one of the big issues that I had was I would get so hung up on girls that weren't interested in me. I would basically be living in hope that they would one day change their mind, and I would become really obsessive and things like that. And it was just really, really extremely difficult and extremely painful. And that's one of the things that propelled me into becoming a dating coach. When I finally started to get good at that kind of thing, when I started to see what actually worked, it was like a blessing, and I just wanted to help other people get out of that kind of pain, that kind of similar pain that I was in. So please, please, please take it from me. Do not get hung up on these girls that are displaying no interest in you, that are not interested in you, because it just leads to more and more pain. You just waste your time as well. Girls that are not interested in you, that you feel like maybe one day something might happen with them, is a time suck. You waste all your energy, you get so invested in these girls that are just not interested, and you waste years, months of your life on girls that are not interested, and it's not fun. Like, it's not good. So basically what you need to do is, when a girl is displaying this kind of behavior, don't talk to her again. Go out and find someone else. Go and find a new woman. Go and find someone different to date, to put your devotion towards, right? And when I say devotion, obviously you don't want to give your devotion to someone really, really strongly at the beginning. Obviously you need to give your devotion to someone who is actually worth it. And that's somewhere where I see people go wrong, and it's something that I definitely did. I would get devoted to girls that were not interested in. I would allow myself to fall in love with girls who weren't interested in me. And I allow myself is because I indulged. I indulged in thinking about them obsessively. I indulged in, putting in effort into the way that I looked to try and get their attention that day. I put all this effort into girls that just were not interested in me. And it's a bad way to go. Like, it's such a time suck. It's such a waste of time when there are plenty of other girls out there that could be actually interested in you, instead of focusing all your time on just this one girl who's not displaying that much interest. And I know it can be really difficult, especially if you have a really intense crush on them, but it's something that you have to do if you are genuinely interested in finding love, in getting a girlfriend. You have to let these women go who are not displaying any interest, that are not putting in any effort, that do not like you. So the best thing for you to do then is to not take it personally and to move on. You kind of have to treat girls and dating opportunities as trains. There's another one coming. There's always another one on its way. So if for whatever reason one girl comes into your life that you really like and you would really love to date, and they're not displaying that interest, you have to let them go and start focusing on finding someone else. And sometimes it's best, especially when you're just dating and you're not in a relationship, to just focus not just on one girl, be dating multiple girls at the same time. Because if you've got like many romantic prospects, you're not going to feel as desperate towards that one girl who you are pinning all your hopes on. And I give this same advice to women as well who are trying to find a guy. Don't just have one guy that you're dating. Try and find more than one who you can go out on dates with. Always be dating. So you might be seeing one guy or one girl on Tuesday and you see a different one on Friday. You got to have many romantic prospects so you don't feel as emotionally intense to just that one. And it won't feel as bad then, because like if you have let's say you have a lot of people that you're dating, you're not going to become as attached to them, right? You're going to feel less attached because you've got many, many options. It's like that when anything is in abundance. If you've got let's say a Netflix subscription, there's so much to watch, right? That, you kind of take it a little bit for granted and you're kind of like, you're not really that bothered about it, right? You're not really bothered about what's on there because there's so much on there and because there's an abundance of it. And you take it for granted a little bit because there is so much there to watch. Whereas if you only had one TV station, you'd be really invested in what is being shown to you because it's the only thing you've got, right? And that's the same when you're dating. If you've only got one option, then it's all you've got and you feel really attached to it, right? So that's something else to consider as well. Have many people in your life that you could potentially be interested in, that you could potentially go on dates with, that you might already be going on dates with, and you'll feel less intense towards, the crushes that you develop and the people that you do start liking. It's important as well, not to take it personally. It's just a compatibility issue. That's how I've come to see that kind of thing. Especially when I was dating, if a girl decided that she no longer wanted to go out on dates with me, if a girl decided she was no longer interested or it just kind of fizzled out, I wouldn't take it personally. I would just be like, okay, well, this was just a learning curve for me. It was just, leading me to my eventual success. That's kind of like how I started to see it. And you have to have that kind of mind shift towards thinking in that kind of way, because it really does help, seeing it as this is just how it was meant to be. There was nothing I could have done. This is the best that I did. And if this person was right for me, then they would have stayed in my life. That's kind of like how you need to see it. And you won't take it as personally. If you see it more in that way, it just feels a lot better. And in a way, it's true. It is a learning curve when these kinds of things go wrong or it just doesn't happen. You basically just know now you're just one step closer to finding that person who is meant for you. So basically, as soon as you realize that a girl is not interested in you, she's not putting in the effort, she's not willing to go out on a date with you, she's not willing to have anything romantic with you, perhaps she's put you in friend zone. When any of this kind of thing happens, just move on, stop talking to them and move on and find someone else. Find more girls that you can date and you can talk to. It's best to just leave those ones that have put you in friend zone, that are not putting in the effort, alone. See it as just a mismatch in compatibility and move on with your life. And that will save you a lot of heartache. It will save you a lot of time, Because I remember when I was much younger, and especially when I was a teenager, like I would spend so much time just thinking and dwelling on crushes that were not leading anywhere, and it was a time suck. And I really regret wasting my time on girls that weren't interested, because it was a waste of time. If you would like to get in touch with me personally and you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.